And the last layer you can just add probably some black pearls, something that adds a little drama, or Bronx cheers in a bunch, whatever you feel like. I'm just adding some bit of drama by adding a line of black pearls here. Something like this. So I am done with that exercise. If you want, you can add some black pearls just flying around. If you don't like the rest of the tile empty, something like this. Yes. Now let us come to the third tile. So I'm going to add a tangle called fangle here. So fangle starts with this S shapes. You can add as many as you wish. So this is the classic S stroke, and draw behind wherever required. So here I'm drawing behind. Yes, that was the first step of the tangle fangle, and then I'm going to join it here to about half. So give a nice curve to the line and brought it to about half of the next one, like this, right? And from here it will come like this. Here it will come like this and like this. Yes, so that's the basic outline of the tangle fangle, and now I'm going to add another aura inside. Like this. Yes, so add another aura to all. Take your time. Done with that exercise. Now these little spaces you can add any tangle of your choice. Probably let us go with some petal paints. So simple tangle to draw petals, floral tangle. Something like this. Yes, so I'll show you again. A big moon, another aura, add a checkerboard pattern inside, just like Knightsbridge but smaller version, and then some curves, scallops, and then just join these to the semicircle. Yeah, let's do that here also. Yes, so I think we'll be able to draw one hidden one here. So just take your time, draw at your own pace. This tangle is called petal paints. So I'm just going to draw a few lines here and probably a small portion here, just one petal. Yes, now the inside section, it is up to you what tangle do you want to draw. I will just draw one big printum, just one spiral which will cover the entire inner section of my tangle, like this. Yes, so the tiles are small, so don't try to add too many tangles, as I mentioned earlier also, otherwise you won't be able to do justice with more than 2 or 3 tangles given the size of the tile. Yes, so that's one more. So I'll do exactly the same for all. This tangle is called printums, my go-to tangle, and I'm adding it inside the tangle fangle. Beautiful tangle to draw. Take your time. Extending it till the end, and the last one here. Like this. Yeah, so that's fangle. Now I'm going to add an aura to my petal paints here and here and a little bit there. The rest of the tile you can leave it as such, or you can add some bit of Knightsbridge if you want some bit of drama there. So I'm just going to add a little touch of Knightsbridge to the border, right? So something like this. Yes. So I'm now going to add a little bit of etching or thatching on these petal paints. Something like this. Since the tangle looks like flowers. So some bit of thatching there. Like this. Yes. So let's leave this tile here and we shall see if we want to do something else. We can do that later. So moving on to the next tile, I'm going to add some munchin now. Yeah. So I'm going to probably start with 3 dots, or you can add dots all around and then connect the dots. Yes, whichever way you like it. So I've started to draw lines starting from this dot onto the base. Yes. And then I'm going to place another dot and do the same exercise, but this time one of the sides of the triangle is taken as a base. Again, take another dot, start drawing lines onto one of the sides of the previous triangle. Again, add a dot, do the same exercise and keep doing it till you fill up the entire space. Yes, continue in the same fashion. This tangle is called munchin. It's a Zentangle original. Pure line work. Fun to draw. Take your time. Keep adding dots and keep extending the tangle. Although it's a very line-based tangle, but it grows organically in just about any direction. So just have fun and go with the flow. Take your time. The lines clasp can be drawn any which ways, as close as you wished, as wide apart as you wish. That's not a constraint at all. You just have to make sure that the lines keep changing directions. Yes. So again, I'm going to probably add a dot here. Start adding lines like this. Again, add a dot here. Again, draw lines from here, probably in some other direction. Let us connect this and then change the direction of the lines like this. Yes, so just take your time, do the exercise, draw the tangle munchin, and then probably you will have to draw from here. Just make sure that the lines keep changing directions. Yes, take your time. So I have drawn munchin in about half of my tile. Yes, and now I'm just going to switch to some other tangle. So switch to any tangle of your choice. Probably you can draw some fun poke roots. Will be a nice combination of geometric and organic tangles. Yes, drawing behind there some hidden so choose tangles that you feel like at that point of time. I just thought probably it will be a nice and different combination to add some poke roots with munchins. Yeah, one being a totally line based pattern and other has a very nature inspired organic look. Take your time. So you may or may not fill up the entire tile, it's entirely your choice. Yes. I'm just adding them in any direction, not really thinking where, how. Can draw behind. Take your time. Yes. Some of them you can comfortably ink black. That will add a lot of drama to your poke roots and to this style of yours. Yes. Or if you want, we can use our burgundy pen, and some of them we can just ink burgundy. Just leave a small highlight there and ink the rest. Something like this. So I'm going to do that with my burgundy pen. So couple of them I'm just going to make burgundy in color. Something like this. See the drama that it adds to your piece, your tile. It's so much fun. Yes, so let's add some black again. So probably I'll do one black here. Take your time. Ink nicely. Leave a highlight. Like this. Yeah, probably a couple of more very small tiny spaces in between. You can just add some tipple. So once you are done with the inking, I'm just going ahead and adding some bit of tipples here and there. Very small tiny spaces you can comfortably ink. Just make sure that if it is brown, then you use black. Yes. So very small spaces, just go in ink, and a little bigger space you can just go ahead, add some tipple. So that was some poke roots and munchin. Let us now move on to our next style. So this style here, I'm going to do a tangle called jongle. Yes. So what I'm going to do is add a grid. We have done this tangle, I think, in one of our previous styles of this session only. So I'm going to do the same here. If you don't want to add jongle, you can add betweed, you can add knightsbridge, any tangle of your choice. You can also add a tangle called finery if you wish to. Yeah, what say? Let us add that tangle, it would be fun. So finery is a tangle that has these nice petal shapes, curved lines going up like this. Again, I'll do the same on these two also, like this. Take your time. Yes, curved line up and then down. Again, like this. It's real fun to draw. Yes, same exercise here also. So if you can coordinate the two sides, good. If you cannot, fine, not an issue. Yes, it's something like jongle, but just that now it will look different because it has these small spooky things coming out, and then a few dots is all that you do in the tangle finery. Yes, nothing else. Like this. Then you can either skip one or you can do the same thing for all. Yes, so let's add these small spokes. And where you have space, you can add some dots. If you don't have space, that's okay. You can do away with it. Yes, so I'm going to do exactly the same for the remaining two also. This tangle is called finery. Yes, and now we have one last tile left here on which I'm going to draw a tangle called Diva dance, the rock and roll version. I'm using my burgundy pen and I'm going to start right away from the center. And as I go around in a spiral, I'm going to add some these humps or bumps, whatever you want to call them. And I will also add some spokes, something like these as I go ahead and have some fun. Again, going to add one more. Again, going to continue the aura. Draw behind the spoke. Again, add weights here and there. Some bold inked portions is all that I'm adding. Again, going to add one more. Again, going around. Again, add some bold ink portions. Go around. We can add one spoke here. Come back. Again, go around. Add some bold inking there. Again, go around. Add some extra ink here. Go around. Yes. So just a little zen there instead of drawing the simple version of Diva dance. On my Diva dance rock and roll in this fashion, spiral and with some spokes coming out. And now I'm going to add a dash of marasu around it, something like this. Yes. So I'm adding one additional aura. You may or may not do that. And then I'm going to add one more. Something like this. Take your time, slowly. Just enclose your Diva dance rock and roll inside some marasu. And if you want, you can add another third layer if you wish to cover the entire tile. Yeah, something like this. And then of course you have to divide it into sections. And then ink alternate sections, just as we do for the tangle marasu. Take your time. Slowly go ahead and do that exercise. That was the first layer, and then the second. Try not to have these sections under each other. Try alternating if possible. Yes. Take your time. Yeah. And now just ink, or if you want, If you don't want to ink, you can also add some lines, auras, some other tangle, whatever you wish to. That's entirely your choice. You can also leave it as such. Yes. Yeah. So let's see. Let us ink one section, leave one empty, and ink. So what I'm saying is, let us ink alternate sections. What say? Yeah. So I'm going to ink one section and then leave one, and then again ink the next. So I'm going to do